Okay, I'd like to welcome you to the very first video that we're putting together for the crew. We spent a lot of time and energy putting together a roadmap for success so that we could hire sales reps who were around the country and provide them with tools to go out into their communities, sell a whole bunch of mobile apps, generate an amazing amount of income for everyone involved. I mean, that was our entire game plan, and we actually did it. Yay! So we've had a lot of success as far as our suppliers are concerned, although I still think we stink, and we're literally just getting started with this. But this is an opportunity for you to see exactly what we're doing. And, you know, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. The sales presentation that you're about to see, this is the third sales presentation that we've had, that we've done. So most of our sales reps that actually have had all three sales presentations actually take bits and pieces from each of them, puts them together, and tells a story. And when you're in sales, that's what it's really all about, is telling a story. What we're doing is we're selling mobile apps. The first thing we have to take into consideration is that our customer really doesn't have any idea what we're talking about, which is the entire reason that we are making them a free demo app that is chock full of features, and we're going to show them a demo app that is branded for their business. One of the great things is when you can get some pictures off of their business Facebook and actually have pictures of their business, pictures of the owner or the owner's kids, have that stuff inside of the app where it's on one of the first 5 images that are scrolling across the app. Something like that taps into their human emotion of vanity, and it just gets things working in your favor. So as much personalization as you can do with that demo, the better. And then in addition to that, I like, you know, from contrast standpoint, I like to show some other apps that are actually live. So, Mr. Customer, here's the free demo that we put together for you, and at the same time, here are some apps that we have that are actually live. Again, the more detail that you can give, highlighting the features and the benefits that you want to bring to the customer's attention, the better. So let's go. It all starts with the free demo call script, and I'm not getting on the phone. Those of you that are phone warriors, you're my hero. I would say for the average person, if you're saying to yourself, hey, how do I get started? Or I'm hiring some sales reps, how do I get my sales rep started? Believe me, it's not by getting on the phone. The first step is you want to identify your warm market. Get your checkbook, get your bank statement. Look and see where you actually spend money in town. Because you know what? If your money is good enough for the dry cleaner, for the restaurant, then shouldn't they be able to look at what you're doing? Makes sense to me. Hey, Mr. Dry Cleaner, I've been a customer of yours for 10 years. I just started this business, and what we're doing is we're making tools for small businesses to help them grow their business by getting more customers, as well as with some of the loyalty aspects, keeping the customers that you already have. You know, that's huge. So, Mr. Customer, you know, most businesses are interested in that sort of thing. What I'd like to do is take 15 minutes of your time and show you what a free demo app can look like for your business. Is that fair enough, Mr. Customer? Sure. I mean, I've been spending money here for 10 years. It's about time you took a look at something that I had. So here's how our demo script goes. I'm going to walk in the door. Hi, my name is Ken, and I'm working with Next Wave Designs, and I was hoping you could help me. Who would be the person responsible for the marketing or promotion of your business? Oh, that's you? Oh, great, thanks. Again, my name is Ken, and this is just going to take a minute or two. My company, Next Wave Designs, develops iPhone and Android mobile apps for small businesses like yours, helping to bring you new customers and increase your repeat business. Now, the apps contain features that are a tremendous value to your customers. We're so convinced that these apps will have such great value, we would like to develop a demo app for your business at absolutely no cost or obligation to you. All we ask is that you take 10, 15 minutes to review the app when it's complete. Is that fair enough? Great. We can get started on it right away. Let me just get some information from you. Do you have a card? Customer says, sure, I have a card. Great, let me see. Okay, it's got your name on it, the business name, the website address, the contact email. Perfect. Let's see. You know what I need? There's your website address. That's most important. You need their website address. You also need their Facebook. That's going to be the most important things on that. And then from that point, what I'm going to say is we should have your demo app done in 48 hours. So today's Monday. I can be back here on Wednesday. So let's set up a time on Wednesday or Thursday that we can go ahead and review your demo app. So they pull out their schedule book, you schedule an appointment. Okay, we're going to do this appointment on Wednesday. I can be out here, say 1 o'clock or maybe 3:30. Which time is better for you? They say 1 o'clock. Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you, about that 1 o'clock time frame, are you sure that's a time that you are not going to be knee-deep running your business? You sure that's going to be a time you got 15 minutes for me? You would be amazed the number of businesses that'll schedule an appointment for a time that they know that they're going to be there. They know they're going to be there because it's the busiest time of the flipping day. Guess what? They're not going to be able to meet with you. So I want to make sure. Number one, you sure that's a good time that you're going to have 15 minutes for me? Yes, it is. Fantastic. Number two, besides yourself, when it comes to making decisions about technology, say your website, say your Facebook or your Twitter, is there anybody else that you talk to about that stuff? Is there anybody else whose opinion you need when you're making those sorts of decisions? Oh, yeah, Sally. Oh, well, who's Sally? You'd be really surprised by this one. Oh, Sally is one of our waitresses. See, she's real young and real hip, so she knows all about that social media stuff. So she's not my partner, she's not the owner, but when it comes to making those sorts of decisions, yeah, that's who I need to talk to. Great. So 1 o'clock on Wednesday, is that a time that she's going to be available as well? No, now that you bring that up, it's probably going to be better if we meet at 3, because Sally will be available at 3. Fantastic. Let me go ahead and write that down, and I will look forward to seeing you then. Have a good rest of the day, and I'm out. Now, realistically, when you schedule that appointment, once you get that appointment scheduled, I am ghost, folks. I am out the door. The reason is, if you decide you want to hang out and have question and answer period, by the time your customer asks you 4 questions, one of the questions is going to be, how much is it? Now, I'm not afraid of the price. I think we offer a tremendous amount of value. But think about it this way. When was the last time you bought a car before you took a test drive? It doesn't happen. Sales guy's not even going to sit down with you until after you've done the test drive. We're the same way. I want you to see the demo. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Any question that you ask me, that is a fantastic question. When I get back here on Wednesday, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the answer when I show you the demo. So that's how I want to proceed through my presentation here, scheduling my appointment. Now, there's another thing here that we need to talk about before we get into our face-to-face presentation with the customer. And that is the fact, believe me when I say, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 of the businesses that you walk in the door and talk to them about a mobile app, about a free demo app, about an iPhone app, they have no idea what you're talking about. They are inside of that pizza restaurant 22 hours a day. If you ask them a question about pizza, they know that answer. You ask them a question about something that's outside of the confines of what they do on a daily basis, Sorry, they're just not connecting with what you're even saying. So what I want to do when I'm talking to them and I'm going through my free demo call script, I want to make sure that I'm looking at that space that is between their eyes, below their hairline, above their nose. If I see crinkle in that area, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my smartphone and I am going to show them, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Here is an app we did for 2nd Street Bistro. Here is their banner. These 5 images are scrolling across. Down here at the bottom, we've got the different features. Here is their menu. Here's their Facebook. Here's their website. Here's where you can say something on their fan wall. Here's their schedule of events. This is where they have their loyalty coupons. This is where they have their food menu, their beverage menu. Here's their photo gallery. Here is their tip calculator. Here are all of these things that are inside of their app. And what we're going to do, Mr. Customer, is we are going to make a free demo branded for your business so that you can see what a demo looks like for your business. All I need to do is set up a time with you for 15 minutes that you're going to be here to review the demo. Now, that's fair enough, isn't it? Sure. You know, the reality is we understand, and this is the entire premise. What is it that drives setting an appointment? And understand nothing happens until you've set an appointment. So what drives setting that appointment? What drives it is there's a lot of confusion out there. You're going to speak to businesses that are going to tell you that they have an app. You know how I respond to that? Awesome. My wife, we love this business. What I want to do is I'm going to go stand in the corner over here, and I'm going to download your app right now. And when I do, I'm going to look at it and pat you on the back. So I go stand over in the corner. I try and download their app, and you know what I see? I can't find it. So I say to them, I'm sorry, I was looking for your app, and I can't find it. And they're like, what? Well, I'm looking in the App Store for your app. And they're like, what are you talking about? Oh, here, let me show you what I do. This is an app that we did for 2nd Street Bistro. Here is the banner up top. These 5 images slide across. Here's where you've got their menu, their coupons, their tip calculator. Here's all this information. What we'd like to do is make a free demo for you. All I need is a time that you're going to be here for 15 minutes so you can take a look at it. Fair enough? Customer says, yes, we've got an appointment. Same thing. Is there anybody else that helps you make these types of decisions when you're talking about technology, your Facebook, your Twitter, your website? Anybody help you with that stuff? Are they going to be available at that time? And is that a time that you're going to have 15 minutes to see me? You're not going to be too busy to see me at that time? Great. I'll look forward to seeing you then. Oh, you've got questions? Hey, those are some great questions. And when I get back here on Wednesday, not only am I going to tell you the answers, but when I show you your demo, you're going to see the answers that I'm talking about. Remember, picture's worth 1,000 words. You guys have a good rest of the day. I can see you're busy here at work. I will be back on Wednesday with your free demo. Bye-bye. You're out the door. Make sure when you leave you've got their website. Make sure you know what kind of social media they have, because that's where you're going to be getting the information to be able to make the free demo. Okay, now let's move on to actually doing our presentation. When it comes time to doing the presentation, we are going to jump into the sales presentation that we have here. And hopefully this thing doesn't lock up on us. All right. Again, this is about the 3rd presentation that we've come up with. Most of our sales reps are just using, they take parts of this, they take parts of the last 2 presentations we've had, they put them all together, they weave them into a story, and they go out and meet with their customers. Depending on how much my customer knows about technology depends on how much of this I'm going to go through with them. At the very least, I have it as a resource. So let's go ahead and go through this step by step through this presentation. Okay, here we go. The good old days. And the stupid thing locks up. Isn't that just exactly how Mama told you there were going to be days like this? All right, hold on. Let me get out of here, and we'll do it this way. All right. Start that again. A mulligan. The good old days. Times they are a-changin'. In 2005, look at that picture of St. Peter's Square, and look at the picture 8 years later. The smartphone revolution is upon us, and your business can benefit. I love this page. This is amazing. And I think anyone that has a kid in school that goes to the school play understands that this is how it's done. Or if you go to a concert and everybody lights their lighters in an effort to get them to play an encore, I think everybody's pulling out their smartphones today. The reality is that we're so addicted to our smartphones, and literally they're always with us. I mean, realistically, those are your customers. We use our smartphones for everything, for banking, as a computer, for internet access, certainly for telecom. We do our research marketing there, our social media, our gaming, our music, our mapping camera. We use it as a watch. I mean, it's ridiculous. Without our smartphones, what would we do? Not only do we use them for everything, but we use them everywhere. Literally, in the United States, 9% of adults are going to use them during sex. In a movie theater, 35%. On a dinner date, at your kid's function, while driving, in the shower, at church. Literally, shouldn't your business be where your customers are? Now, you can be like Starbucks, Applebee's, Home Depot, Progressive Insurance, and literally every bank in town. A mobile app for your business is like having a billboard on your customer's smartphone. Join your customers while they're at work, while they're eating. Everybody's been to a restaurant and seen that shot where everybody at the table is literally mesmerized by their phones. When it comes to phones or smartphones and driving, goodness gracious, it's so dangerous they are literally passing laws to prevent you from doing it. The reality is there's some areas where they've even erected signs for people to be careful. In this picture here, there's a mattress set up here to protect distracted texters. It's ridiculous. What about when sleeping? Not tonight, darling. I've got Wi-Fi. And how about this picture? This lady, she looks great. She's ready to go. And the guy's got his Stilkies on, and he's sitting here messing around with social media or whatever. How about toilet texting? Well, you know you do too. That's right. Even in the bathroom, people are using their smartphones. And, when I actually saw the information on this page, I started thinking to myself, I could be a lot more productive when I'm in the shower, listening to my sports talk or, whatever sort of webinar or whatever I need to listen to. I do it while I'm in the shower now, thanks to this stupid presentation. So anyway, these are your customers. Again, mobile apps allow your business to take advantage of the greatest marketing technological development of our lifetime. Let's face it, it's not easy for your business to stand out, amongst the crowd. There's so many businesses out there, and literally a mobile app is a tool that's going to allow you to take advantage of the greatest industry that we've probably seen in our lifetime. I mean, think about it. When it's time for Christmas, what's under the tree? I'll tell you, smartphones, tablets, laptop computers, everything mobile is under the tree. It is amazing. Now, when it comes to small businesses, the real question is, what is an app? Well, let me tell you, an app is your business living on your customer's smartphone. The amazing thing is that last year marked the first year that consumers used smartphones and tablets more than they did laptops, desktops, and television. Over 3 hours a day. Think we're in the right business here. Now, realistically, when it comes to apps, there are 3 different types of apps. You've got game and tool apps, you've got big business apps, and then you've got the local business apps. Now, the games and the tool apps, oh my goodness, I mean, look at this list here. Do any of these look familiar? Do you use any of these? Because I use the P right here for Pandora. That's what I use my music. I've never downloaded music. I don't know how to do that, but I know how to download and use Pandora. Instead of having a GPS, I use Google Maps. I played Angry Birds like twice and thought it was stupid. Word with Friends, I got hooked by that. I've got like a heroin word with Friends addiction. Facebook, I got back into that, got like 500 friends. Amazon, I don't really do that. But YouTube, a little bit. Netflix, no, my kids do. But people are using all these types of apps every single day. What about you, Mr. Customer? Anybody in your family using that? You think that any of your customers are using any of these apps? Yeah, you're right. I bet they are. Well, then you've got the big business apps. Do any of these businesses look familiar? Now, the reality is, when you're looking at these at this industry, our customers who are chained to their businesses have no idea what's going on out there in the rest of the world. So by pointing out that businesses up and down Main Street already have apps shows this customer that we weren't in the parking lot literally inventing this to get their credit card. Mr. Customer, you're behind. Do you go to any of these businesses? Do your customers go to any of these businesses? If your customers go to these businesses, then they understand having the convenience of having a mobile app. They understand the convenience of being at the Little League game, and there they are in the last inning, going to the Papa John's app, ordering pizza, the game is over, they get in the car, and they get home at the same time the pizza person does. I go to Starbucks, I've got old people that are in front of me that pull out their smartphone and they're showing the coupons that they have that are right on their smartphones. I didn't think old people were going to be using smartphones. Guess who was wrong? This guy. In fact, the Verizon store and a lot of the phone stores, they actually offer training. And who are the people that have time to go to the Verizon store to get smartphone training? That's right, retired people. Who likes to save a buck? That's right, retired people. So who's using that Starbucks app and all those extra coupons? That's right, retired people. So, Mr. Customer, do you use any of these businesses? Do you think your customers use these businesses? Because let me tell you something. I can determine some facts. Facts. I can come up with some facts based upon those businesses having mobile apps. Fact number 1, your customers are using mobile to find your competition. That's a fact. Fact number 2, not having a mobile experience, that can lose your business. That's a fact. Fact number 3, big business has proven that having an app for any business is a good thing, and it helps you to get and keep more customers, it helps you to grow your business, and it helps you to make more money. Those are all facts. We are not going to debate any one of those. When we look at the pricing for mobile apps, all those big businesses, they have the budget, folks. They're spending $50,000, $250,000 or more. Have you seen the commercial on TV for the Domino's app where you can actually talk to your phone to place an order through the app? Yeah, that feature, $1 million, guaranteed. That's why nobody else has it. So this is the reason why local businesses don't have mobile apps. The $50,000 to $250,000 or more price tag, as well as the 3 to 6 month build time. Well, that is until now. Calling all local businesses. Have I got your attention? Imagine this. Your business can have this sort of prime real estate on your customer smartphones, and you can be the one to give it to them. The next wave of mobile app development has arrived. Next Wave Designs, we make mobilizing your business simple and pain-free. We help you bring in new business and increase your repeat customers. We're going to handle everything from start to finish. Why? Well, we're mobile experts. Fast, easy to use, we're extremely affordable. Now, Mr. Customer, we made you a free demo, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at your demo. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my smartphone, and I am going to open up the preview tool. The preview tool, of course, is preview your app. And of course, this is the website version. It's important that you understand how to use both versions, because it's only a matter of time until you're on an appointment and you don't have any phone connectivity there, so you've got to use something else. So let's go ahead and put in the app code. The app code in this example is CHIVE, C-H-I-V-E, 11. CHIVE, and then the number 11, 11. This is a restaurant, and Mr. Business Owner, when you're looking at your demo here, you can see up top that we have your banner up top. We have 5 pictures that are fading in and out. We have a button here for one-touch calling. So if your customers want to call you, literally it's 2 clicks away. The idea here is that your mobile app will be living on your customer's smartphone, and when they want to call you, they'll hit the icon on their phone for your business, and then they'll hit that green button there that says call us. If they want to get directions to find you, they'll click the button that says directions. If they really like your business and they want to tell your friends about your business, instead of walking around with your business card, they're going to hit this button here that says share, and they'll be able to share your app to all of their friends on Facebook or all of their followers on Twitter. They can email your the information about your app. They can text the information as well. Here you have a catering menu. When you click on this, this takes you into the catering menu. Now you'll notice that this is not optimized for a smartphone. That's because this is simply a demo. If you choose to move forward and have us continue and build out the app, then we'll optimize this information so that it's easier for your customers to be able to see. But as you can see, you've got your entire catering menu broken down. And everything that we're looking at it, understand, this is just one example of what we can do. Realistically, where we have the banner up top, the 5 images here in the middle, these 3 buttons, these tabs down on the bottom, along with this last tab, which is the More tab, which when we click on the More tab, it gives us a list of additional tabs. Okay? Excuse me. So this is one way that we could have it laid out. Another way we could have this laid out is we could have these tabs that are down on the bottom. Instead of them being on the bottom, they could be on the top. They could be on the left side or the right side. In fact, if you have them down here on the bottom, you could have them on the bottom in either one row like this is, or you could have it where it was 2 rows high, 3, or even 4 rows high. So if the tabs were 4 rows high, we would no longer have these 3 buttons, and we would have to reformat our pictures so that when they slid across, it would format and show better than what you would have, based upon switching that around. The neat thing is, over the course of the next year, in a year, we'll actually include it in the price of actually getting an app, is that we will actually redesign your app every year. That way, over the course of the next 10 years, instead of getting something that just remains the same, it's something that you can make changes or you can have us make changes on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And at the same time, we're going to do a comprehensive redesign in the next year. So I just want to go through all the tabs. We've got the catering menu here. We've got a location tab. We've got a photo gallery. Again, when we click the More tab, we've got the Submit a Photo tab. We have a Messages tab, a Menu tab, Facebook, as well as tell a friend. So all of this is here on our demo. And actually at the bottom of this page, the neat thing is you've actually got 3 different demos that are down here at the bottom. So you can click on those and you'll actually get 3 additional demos that you can take a look at, which is great because it gives you an opportunity to see different looks. This is a demo for a skate park where you've got your tabs on the right side. And these ones, of course, are taking their sweet time opening up simply because we have the meeting going on and we're recording this sales presentation. So you get the idea. We've shown you now our demo. Let's go ahead and get back into our presentation. Okay, now at this point we want to go ahead that we've looked at your demo. We want to take a look at some actual live apps of some of our other customers. And if you're smart, you're actually going to have these apps on your phone so that you can show this to your customer, where on the one hand they can see it on your screen where you have your sales presentation, but on the other hand, you're actually showing this to them on your phone. So here's an app that we did for 2nd Street Bistro. They're in Fort Pierce, Florida. They are awesome. The best thing about that place is the salad. It is unbelievable. The dressing, I'm not even a salad guy. Oh my, I don't even think I had my first salad until I was 25. But let me tell you something. I think I'm going to go there after this presentation to get a salad. It's so good. So anyway, their app launched back in April of 2013. They've got 2,000 downloads for their app. And now you can see a list of all of the different features that they have inside of their app. Everything from the one-touch calling, directions, and the share buttons, to the events calendar, the daily specials. They've got a loyalty card coupon, a QR code coupon. They have videos, a photo gallery or 2. They have a tip calculator, a menu, fan wall. The messages tab, as well as all of their social media, is linked right in as well. So that's how they're using their app. And 2nd Street Bistro, when you download the app, you'll see that there's a section where their customers can actually leave a rating for the app. Tiffany Nixon says that she loves this restaurant. Delicious, fresh food every time. Highly recommend. Josh Rosenblatt said, best restaurant in Fort Pierce. Love this place. Great food and a huge selection of beers. Mick M says, great place to eat. And you know what? If you go to the App Store and download the app for 2nd Street Bistro, you're going to see those comments there because they will be there for all time promoting that business. Word-of-mouth advertising. Over here you see some icons for some other restaurants that we've gotten set up. Coretta's Grill. This one here is Zydeco's. They're in New Orleans. This is Los Tres Amigos, which is another, it's a Mexican restaurant in New Orleans. Five Happiness is an Asian restaurant in New Orleans, one of the best in town, actually. Sportsman's Restaurant and Lounge. This is a bar, like a biker bar. It's in Richmond, Virginia. Ibiza Nightclub is in Nashville, Tennessee. Las Cazuelas. This is actually owned by, this is a brother and sister team. Los Tres Amigos and Las Cazuelas is a brother and sister team. They're both in New Orleans. Sambuca 360, they've got 4 restaurants. We actually got them set up with 4 different apps. Sambuca Nashville, Sambuca Houston, Sambuca Uptown, and then Sambuca 360. So you can download all 4 of those apps. So let's see, one's in Nashville, one's in Houston, one's in Dallas, and one is in wherever the Cowboys are. Arlington? I think it's Arlington, Texas. Then the Patron, that's in Richmond, Virginia. Here's one of the other Sambucas right here. Los Patayos, this is in Ohio, outside of Columbus. Phil's Grill is a hamburger joint in New Orleans. 2nd Street Bistro, phenomenal place, Fort Pierce, Florida. So this is just some of the restaurants that we have. It's a very active industry when you're talking about mobile apps. Junkie Trunk, oh, I missed the page. Here we go. Junkie Trunk Boutique. Their app launched in February of 2014. If you go to their Facebook page, I bet you they've got 100,000 likes on their Facebook page. Is it any wonder they've got 20,000 downloads for their app? Really? You know, it's amazing. So some of the features that they have are multiple shop buttons, directions, tell a friend, Facebook, Instagram, loyalty coupons, about us. They've got a fan wall, an events calendar, submit a picture, a lot of different things going on inside of their app. Again, Victoria Ham says, the best, my favorite place to shop, great discounts, great staff, great customer service, and of course, great clothes. Julianne Owen said, clothes are amazing, great quality, fast delivery, honest staff. Veronica Cherry, love this place. I love Junkie. Haley and all the wonderful clothing you all make. Such sweet girls. Amazing merch. Hashtag Team Jumpy. Team Jumpy. Hashtag Team Junkie. So again, here's Junkie Trunk. This is back at the ranch. Junkie Trunk's in Arizona. Back at the ranch is in Texas. This is Envy Fine Clothing. They are in Arizona. Katie Bug Faye. They are in Texas. This flower, this is Fiore Boutique, Arizona. Suburban Girl, I believe they're in Louisiana or Texas. Decadence Boutique is the largest ladies' clothing boutique in Arizona. Farm Girl Boutique is in Texas. Woo! So we've done a lot of the apps for businesses that are in this space. Love it, love it, love it. Next on the list, you've got Amp Juice Vapor, and this is an e-cigarette store, electronic cigarettes. This is a neat industry because these businesses are really trying to capture market share. We find that many of them are smaller businesses, so maybe I might be a bit more flexible with my pricing when I walk in one of these doors. But to give you an idea, they've got 975 customers that they've captured, and by sending out push notifications on a regular basis, that's the best way to combat all of the competitors that are popping up on street corners. And then, of course, having, as you can see here with the different features that they have, they've got a loyalty card as well as QR coupons. They're promoting through Facebook. They've got a newsletter. They've got plenty of information inside of their app, directions to get to their place, a fan wall, and, of course, like I said, the push notifications. Again, this is another industry where we've had a lot of success. Let's see. Billy says, voted best e-juice in the nation. They have nicotine, energy, and vitamin vape. Fast delivery, great customer service. Love them. Misty Munoz, awesome. Everything you need they have for mods, whatever that is. They mix the flavor or flavors you want right there. The mix has awesome taste, and they always get it right. You can see here, this is an icon for Amp Vapor Juice. This is an icon for eSmoker Online. Amp Vapor Juice is in Arizona, I believe. eSmoker Online is in Orlando. They've got 3 brick-and-mortar stores. Sparky's E-Cigarette, Arizona. Vape Addiction is Arizona. Vape and Life. They are in New Orleans. These guys actually manufacture, the company that owns this company is a manufacturer. When the sales rep stumbled across this business, they were interested in offering mobile apps to the customers that they supplied with the juices. So next thing you know, the sales rep was on a conference call with 25, 30 different businesses that all are e-cigarette stores. So certainly more and more of those are coming on board every day. Alternative Smokes, I believe, is in Ohio, and this one right here is Dragon's Vape. That's in New Orleans. So again, having a good time with that. Here's another one on the list is Rollin' Easy. They've got locations, a lot of locations, Panhandle of Florida area, all the way back again into New Orleans. Okay, so when you get an app, you're going to have access to the back office. The neat thing is, if you know how to do Microsoft Word, then 80% of what's in the back office is stuff that you can manage yourself. Now, if you don't feel comfortable, you can certainly send it to us, or if you're in the car and you need some support, you can send it to us, but we are going to empower you to be able to make your own changes. Now, when it comes to wholesale design changes, that's stuff that we'll do. However, if you know Photoshop, then you can do 100% of what's going on in the back office. If you don't know Photoshop and you want to change your pictures that are sliding across the front, just go ahead and send those in to us. And when you send us those pictures, then we can go ahead about the task of getting that updated for you within the next 48 hours. But again, if you know Photoshop, that's something you can do yourself. Also in the back office, you're going to have access to robust analytics. And with the analytics, it's great because you're able to understand your app's return on investment, track the number of downloads, users, products and services sold, the food orders, and the reservations. When it comes to the push notifications are awesome. It's one of my favorite things that we have. Every single app that we sell, we highly endorse that these customers take advantage of the push notifications. In fact, when we look at the app for 2nd Street Bistro, I love showing their push notifications that are in the Messages tab inside of that app. And the reason I like showing that is that they send out push notifications 5 and 6 days a week. They've been doing that since April of 2013. So I can show literally hundreds of push notifications that this business has sent. It's huge. When we start talking about the monthly maintenance fee, are you kidding? They've got 2,000 customers that they're promoting to. They're doing it 5 days a week. That's 40,000 messages that they're sending a month. Goodness gracious. I mean, if you do the math, which I am not going to do, but take 40,000 and divide that, take that $100 and divide that by that 40,000, it's crazy. It's crazy how inexpensive this entire thing is. And as I do the math, you're talking about a quarter of a penny per message is what you're paying for those push notifications that they're sending out to their customers. Super duper powerful. Now, again, sending out push notifications, this is one of the simplest things for you to do. And really what you're looking at here is a 4-step process that can be as simple as a 2-step process. With a 2-step process, in step number 1, you're going to simply come here and you're going to type your message in. You've got 128 characters. You're going to see a sample of what that message looks like. You can have it go out through your Facebook and have it go out through your Twitter as well. And once you've got that set up, all you got to do is come here to publish and hit the send button. Out your message goes. Bam. Like Emerald. Bam. Okay? That's how quick and easy you can communicate to all of your customers that have downloaded your app. Now, again, you can take these push notifications and you can even go further. There's a lot of different stuff to it. You know, the push notifications are going to show up differently on different people's phones. But, I mean, this is it. You know, throughout the day, people are never more than 10 feet away from their smartphones at any given time during the day. The best way to reach them is to send them an instant message to their phone. Now, when we're talking about push notifications, as much as I'm excited about what it is, I'm also excited about what it isn't. And a push note is not an email. You see, people delete emails like they're going out of style. Push notifications are not text messages. I get text messages from Sherwin-Williams all the time. I've never read one of them. You know why? For me, it's business. It's business, baby. So, by getting a push notification, that's something that's going to come directly to your phone, and then it's going to be stored in the app. Now, When it comes to the push notifications, if you're really into that, we also have geofence push notifications. With the geofence push notifications, it's neat because you can set up a literal fence, or should I say a virtual fence, and with that virtual fence, you can have it set up where anytime someone goes into that zone, you go 1 mile into that zone, and your phone is going to get a message. Let's imagine that you're a real estate agent. You've got 5 houses that are going to be having open houses on Saturday. Wouldn't it be great if you could set up a fence like that that was 10 blocks in any direction from all 5 of those houses that you're having the open houses? Anyone that goes a mile inside of that 10-block zone, bam, they're going to get that message. If they've got your app, they're going to get that message telling them, hey, come on over to this open house. If it's a bar or restaurant, hey, come in and get this special promotion that we're running tonight for our very, very valuable customers. So this is with the geofencing. There's a ton that you can do with it. The really neat thing about what we're selling here, Mr. Customer, is that we're selling technology. And the thing about technology is there is no slowing it down. That being said, when you get an app, what you're buying is something that is going to evolve with the future. You know, realistically, there was no such thing as an iPhone 8 years ago, and now look how dependent upon those smartphones we are. Now, in addition to all of this, we also have loyalty coupons, loyalty programs. You're going to be able to create and manage a customer loyalty rewards program using any of 3 separate programs. We have our loyalty card feature that gives you the opportunity to say, buy 10 cups of coffee, get 1 free. Get 10 oil changes, get 1 free. Your customer simply hands you the phone, you punch in a code, voila. You're going ahead at that point, and your customer is getting a credit for that prize promotion. The one down on the bottom, the GPS coupons feature, with that one, that's basically having your customers come into your business, and if they come into your business and check in, that's going to register. So if you're a business like a fine restaurant where every time people come into your restaurant they're dropping $100, then tell them all you got to do is come into our restaurant 5 times. You know they dropped $500. We're going to give you this. The third option over here are the QR coupons. And with the QR coupons, that's where you're able to use the QR code scanner that automatically shows up inside of the app once we integrate this there. They scan the customer QR code, and at that point it registers inside of the app. So again, you could say to your customers, every time you come in and spend $50, we're going to scan this QR code, and you do that 5 times, we're going to give you this prize. So we have a very, very flexible customer loyalty rewards program that can be integrated into your apps that continues to evolve as well. In fact, they just released an advanced loyalty card feature that gives you the opportunity to say, hey, when you reach the first level, you're going to get this prize. When you reach the second level, you're going to get this prize. And you're getting a prize at specific increments. And then once you reach the height of the prize level, that's when you get the big prize. So when it comes to customer loyalty, it's so important on getting customers to come back to your business. In fact, if you have a customer loyalty program, your customers are more than 80% more likely to spend money in your location compared to going to one of your competitors. So to keep that in mind, a big part of the mobile apps along with the push notifications. Now the next step is you've decided, hey, let's get an app. How are you going to promote it? Well, the bottom line is we talked before about how you market your business. And when you're doing your advertising, because I asked you 15 times, You told me that you do newspaper, you do the radio, you do some television, you do the coupon magazines, you do some stuff through the schools, you do some social media, you've got a website, you've got social media accounts, you do charity, you're very visible by having a booth at all of the county fairs, you do sponsorship thing of the schools and the churches. I get it. Great. Well, what you want to do is you want to make all of the advertising that you do, you want to energize it by adding the fact that you have a mobile app. Put that in your advertising message. Let me give you an example. At 5 o'clock in the morning, the newspaper is on my driveway. At 7 o'clock in the morning, the newspaper is on the kitchen table. When I go into the sports section of the newspaper, there are 20 different golf courses that are advertising discounted membership, discounted rounds of golf, discounts in their restaurants. The interesting thing is that by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, all 20 of those golf course advertisements are in the recycle bin. So let me give you an example of how a golf course could buck the trend and how they could make their advertising much more powerful. Newspaper delivered to my driveway, 5 a.m. Newspaper on the kitchen table, along with 20 golf courses on the kitchen table, 7:30 a.m. 8 o'clock a.m., one of those golf courses on my phone. 3:30 p.m., 19 golf courses in the recycle bin, along with the newspaper, one on my phone. Now, let me ask you a question. When I choose to go to a golf course, which golf course do you think I'm going to go to? The one that's on my phone, or one of the 19 that are in my recycle bin? That is the impact that a mobile app can have on your advertising, Mr. Customer. Please understand, I am not saying, oh, buy an app and forget all of your advertising. That is not what I said. What I'm saying is, after you integrate your app into your business and come up with a game plan to promote your app and have a customer loyalty program and send out your push notifications and get everything updated in your app and put valuable communications inside of your app and promote your app through all of the advertising things that you do. You're going to do all of that stuff. What's going to happen is, if you're spending $50,000 a year on advertising today, by the end of the year, you're going to be able to cut that advertising dollar amount significantly. Wouldn't it be nice to cut that in half and still have your business growing? Well, if you listen to what I'm telling you to do and you promote your app and put the right things in there, you can absolutely cut your advertising in half and grow your business all at the same time. When you're like Junkie Trunk Boutique and you've got 20,000 people that have downloaded your app that you can send instant messages to on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. When you're like Second Street Bistro and you've got 2,000 people that have downloaded your app and you can send them messages anytime you want to. You ordered a whole bunch of fish. It's raining outside. You decide you're going to have a promotion. Send a message to 2,000 people that have downloaded your app. That's what Second Street Bistro would do. Those 50 tables are going to fill up. And when they do, you're going to be thanking me for coming by here and getting you set up with a mobile app. Let's talk turkey. Mobile marketing budgets. Next Wave Designs was created to meet the needs of local businesses. We saw an opportunity to provide robust, feature-rich mobile apps Did you hear that? Robust, feature-rich mobile apps at a price point much more comfortable for local businesses. Guess what? We're proud to offer your business a complete mobile marketing solution that will not break the bank. $1,500 one-time setup and design fee. That's going to give you an app, a custom app build for iPhone, iPad, and Android, as well as app submission to iTunes App Store and Google Play Store. Now, the monthly maintenance fee, that's $100. That fee covers unlimited push notes, unlimited app downloads, live, easy-to-read app analytics and statistics, live client panel access is going to give you the opportunity to change features, colors, and functions without having any programming knowledge. Again, you know Microsoft Word, right? Great, you can do 80% of what's back there. Whatever you don't want to do, email to me. You know Photoshop? No? Don't worry about it. You want to change the pictures on the front? Email me the pictures. Within 48 hours, we'll have that turned around for you. If you learn Photoshop, you can do it yourself. In addition to that, we're talking about quarterly software and feature updates. And when we update something inside of the app, or should I say when you go and make a change in the back office and you click save, that's going to update live. Now, in addition to all of this, one thing I need to get written in here, included in all of this, is an app redesign on an annual basis. That's right. Every year, we are going to redesign your app, and that is included in the price. So you're always going to stay hip. Now, that being said, that is our pricing when we're talking to a for-profit business. When we choose to talk to a nonprofit business, you see pricing of $12.50 one time, $75 monthly. For an individual, all the same things, $1,000, $60 on a monthly basis. Now, one thing that I've learned in the time that we've been doing this is to be as creative as possible, because I'm there to find a way to get a customer. I'm trying to be inclusive here, folks. So, if my customer tells me that we're doing $1,500 and $100 a month, if my customer tells me it's too much money, you know what I'm going to say to my customer? Let me clarify my thinking, Mr. Customer. We've got the $1,500 one-time setup and design fee. That's what's going to get you the iPhone, iPad, and Android app. That's what's going to get everything published. The $100 a month, that's what gets you the monthly push note, the ability to send out unlimited push notes, the unlimited downloads. That's what's going to get you your back office access. Okay? That's what's going to get you your redesign. That's what's going to get you all of your service whenever you need it. So when you say that it's too much money, are you talking about the app design and setup fee? Or are you talking about the monthly maintenance fee? 9 times out of 10, no, let's be fair. Our experience has been 8 times out of 10, the customer says, no, monthly fee is fine. It's the one-time fee. That's where I have a problem. I get that 80% of the time. 10% of the time I get, no, the $1,500 is fine. It's that $100 a month. 10% of the time I get, yeah, it's all of it. All of it is just too much right now. So, if the customer says to me, like they do 80% of the time, that the $100 a month is fine, or the maintenance fee, the month, here's what they'll say. I'll say, let me clarify my thinking, Mr. Customer. I love that line. Please write that down. Well, Ken, it's just too much money. Well, let me clarify my thinking, Mr. Customer. We have the one-time setup and design fee. That's what's going to get you your app built. for the iPhone, iPad, and Android. That's what's going to get everything published for you. Now, the $100 monthly, that's what gets you your unlimited push notes. That's what allows you the opportunity for unlimited downloads, gets you the back office access, which gets you the analytics, allows you to change things. That's what's going to get you all of the updates. Let's call it research and development. That's what allows you to be able to update everything live. And of course, that's what's going to get you that redesign every single year. So when you say that it's too much money, and I want to use whatever words they said to me, if they said, well, that's just a wee bit too much, then I want to say, well, when you said it was just a wee bit too much, were you talking about the top part, or were you talking about the bottom part? Are you talking about the one-time fee, or are you talking about the monthly fee? No, Ken. Monthly fee is fine. I'm talking about the one-time setup and design fee. Got it. Okay. Well, if you're talking about the one-time setup and design fee, let me ask you this, Mr. Customer. If I could, then would you? This whole time we've been talking about you writing a check for $750 today and writing a check when I come back with the finished app for $750. So what if I said to my customer, Mr. Customer, if we could set this up where you, instead of writing a check for $750 today and $750 in 5 to 15 days when the app is done, if I could set it up where you put that on a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or a Discover, because we do take credit cards. If I set it up where you could put it on a credit card, and then when I come back, you can put it on a different credit card even. I mean, you can even split them up. That would offer you more flexibility. If I could, then would you, Mr. Customer? If I could do that for you, could I earn your business when I'm out here with you today? And if they say, no, putting it on a credit card won't work, okay, no problem. Let me ask you this, Mr. Customer. You seem to have a pretty good business going here. If $750 today and $750 in 5 to 15 days when the app is done, if that's too much, then you tell me, what can you afford? What is okay? And I let the customer tell me. And typically what we hear back is $500, $250, I could do $300. And then what I would say is, well, let me ask you this, Mr. Customer. And I don't know if I could do this, but if I could, would you? If I could set this up where you wrote me a check for $300 today, I'll be back with the app completed in 5 days. You write me a check for $300 then. We're going to be charging your credit card once everything goes live for Apple for $100 each month. If we set it up where for the first 3 months, we took that balance, broke it down, and did $300 the first, $300 the second, $300 the third. So basically what I'm saying is you're going to write me a check today for $300, a check in 5 to 15 days when I come back for $300, and then once we start charging your card for the monthly fee, once everything goes live for Apple, and realistically we can expect everything to go live for Apple anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks after we get everything published. So at that point, we'd run your card for the monthly fee plus $300. So it'd be $400 the first 3 months, then it would drop back down and just be that regular monthly fee. If I could do that, that would certainly give you significantly more flexibility with your dollars and cents. If I could set that up for you, Mr. Customer, can I earn your business while I am out here with you this afternoon? Word for word. Every time. You can paraphrase everything that I've said, but when it gets to this, very specific. Number one, it's too much money. Oh, is that right? Aside from the money, is there anything else that's keeping you from signing up? No? So you're telling me if this was free, I'd already be walking down the street with a signed contract. Is that what you're saying? Okay. If I can make this more affordable for you, can I earn your business when I'm out here with you today? Oh, so you want to see what I've got. Okay, well, let me show you. First of all, let me clarify my thinking. The one-time setup and design fee, this is what you get. The monthly maintenance fee, this is what you get. When you said, quote unquote, it was a wee bit too much, were you referencing the one-time setup and design fee, or were you referencing the monthly maintenance fee? Oh, the one-time setup and design fee? So then you're telling me the monthly fee is fine. Well, if I could make the one-time setup and design fee, if I could make that more comfortable for you, could I earn your business when I'm out here with you today? Oh, you'd like to see what that means? Well, let me ask you this. This whole time we've been talking about you writing a check. We also accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. That means you could use a Visa card for the $750. In fact, we could put half on a Visa and half on the American Express. Then when I come back in 5 to 15 days, we could put the balance on your MasterCard for all I care. But that would offer you a significant amount of flexibility. If I could set that up for you, Mr. Customer, could I earn your business when I'm out here with you today? If they say yes, go ahead and write it up. If they say no, this is how I respond. First of all, I scratch my head, I look around physically at their business, and I say out loud, well, it looks like you're running a pretty good business here, Mr. Customer. If $750 down and $750 in 5 to 15 days, if that's too much, then you tell me, what is affordable? At this point, I am going to remain silent until they give me an answer. If that takes 5 seconds, then I will be silent for 5 seconds. If that takes 50 seconds, I will be silent for 50 seconds. If it takes 10 minutes, I will remain silent. Me, Ken George, believe it or not, will remain silent for 10 minutes if that's what it takes for them to answer the question. Our experience has been they answer the question by saying $250 or $500 or $300. I will then respond by saying $300. Okay. Let me ask you this. Mr. Customer, if I could, then would you? If I could set it up where you wrote me a check for $300 today, when I come back in 5 to 15 days, the app is going to be finished. It's going to be ready and published for Apple or for Android. You write me a check for $300 then. At that point, we're going to publish it for Apple. It's going to be anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks before it goes live. Once it goes live, that's when we start charging your card for the monthly fee. Sorry, I'm starting to have a brain fart there. So once everything goes live for Apple, that's when we charge your monthly fee for the $100. At that point, what we would do is your balance, we just break it down into 3 payments. And so for your first 3 monthly payments, instead of paying $100, we'd add on $300. And then once that's paid off, everything would drop back down to $100. So literally, and I wouldn't do this with my customer because they get it, but for the person that doesn't understand what we just did, we took the $1,500, they're writing me a check for $300 today. In 5 days, I'm going to come back, the app will be live for Android, they're going to write me a check for $300 then. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, the app goes live for Apple. At that point, we're going to start charging their credit card for $100 a month in this example. So with this example, by breaking up the payment, we're going to charge $100 plus the $300 for a total of $400. We're going to do that for the first 3 months. At that point, the $1,500 is paid off, and then the monthly fee drops back down to $100 a month. If you will be flexible with your customers, this is how you will write your business, folks. This is the close. When we first got started, we were not doing this. We were like $1,500 or bust. We'd had people telling us, oh, well, that's too much money. And we're like, well, how about $1,200? How about $1,000? Is that more comfortable for you, Mr. Customer? And then they're like, yeah, that's better. But like I said, I don't have $500 to write you a check today. I can only write you a check today for $300. So if you're not responding to the right objection, you might be selling yourself short. So we sell apps for $1,500. The least expensive app we ever sold was $500 and $60 a month. So you simply need to come up with what your pricing is going to be, your pricing model that's going to cover your expenses, that's going to make sure that your sales rep is able to make a living, because if your sales rep can't make any money, guess what? Your sales rep isn't going to sell. So you've got to take all of those things into consideration, and there you have it. So there are times where we get into a negotiation, and our customer is saying, yeah, the $1,500 is fine, but I want to fight you on that $100 a month. And then we end up saying, well, how about this? If I could, then would you? If I could set you up with, we're going to do the $1,500 for the setup, but if I could set you up the same way that we set up our nonprofits. In essence, when we sign up the Little Sisters of the Poor, when we sign up a church, when we sign up, the one-legged horse, they're only paying $75 a month. So if we could set you up the same way on the monthly, could I earn your business when I'm here with you today? Customer says yes. Great, I just saved my customer $300 a year. I want something in return. Mr. Customer, I want 3 referrals. I don't mean BS referrals. I mean, I want you, because business owners know business owners. I want you to give me 3 business owners that will agree to take a look at a free demo app for their business. I don't care if they buy. I don't care if they don't buy. I just want them to give me 15 minutes to take a look at this demo. That is all. That's one thing I want out of you. The next thing I want out of you, 60 days after this app is live, I want you, Mr. Customer, I want you to write me a letter telling me about how you're using the app and the sort of success you're having. That's going to help as a reference as we move forward. The third thing I want, Mr. Customer, is for you to recognize that I just saved you $300 this year. So what I want you to do is I want you to take that $300 and I want you to invest it in the promotion of your app. Your app is your business. Again, the definition of an app is your business living on your customer's smartphone. That being said, every time someone downloads your app, that is money in the bank, Mr. Customer. That is money in the bank. That is your business growing. Now that we've got you set up and we understand how everything is going to work as far as the dollars and cents are concerned, I just want to go ahead and run through the fine print of what we're doing. There's 8 bullet points here. We'll go through 1 through 8. Number 1 says 50% deposit today. That establishes the start date. When I come back with the completed app, I get the other 50% then. So $750 today, $750 when I come back. Bullet point number 2 says that it's going to take me 5 to 15 days to build the app. If I leave here today with everything that I need, your app will be done in 5 days. Today is Wednesday. I will be back on Monday with your completed app. Your Android app will be on my phone at that time. Why would it take 15 days? Well, Mr. Customer, if you tell me you want to redesign your logo and you tell me you're going to have it to me tomorrow, but you don't get it to me for a week, that's how it ends up taking 15 days. The third bullet point says for you to figure out what you want for coupons inside of your app. If you know now, let me write it down and I'll go ahead and put it into the demo, and I'll put, not the demo, but I'll put it into your app when we're building it. If you don't know what the coupons are going to be until tomorrow, just email me then. We'll put all the information in there. If I get back here on Monday and you haven't sent me the coupons, don't worry, because I've got to train you on the back office anyway. So I've got to get you back there and show you around, and we'll just do the coupons together. Fair enough? Great. The fourth bullet point says that when I come back on Monday, the app will be live for Android. The fifth bullet point says that at that point in time, expect it to take 1 to 3 weeks for everything to go live with Apple as far as the iPhone and the iPad. The reality is I have no influence over Apple. I do not own Apple. Apple does not work for me. Apple has more money than the U.S. government. Apple will do what Apple wants to do. When Apple approves your app, and understand in the Apple review process, a human being actually sits there and looks at every single thing in your app. Now, as far as you all are concerned, some things that you need to know, Apple loves to turn down apps. So you want to make sure that when you build your app, you don't put anything in there that's going to get it turned down. One thing that we learned is that if you, we did a restaurant, and the restaurant is neat because they actually take donations, and they fund a orphanage in Guatemala or wherever. And the problem is Apple will not allow any mention of donations inside of their app. So for that app, when you publish it, you need to make sure that you do not connect the Facebook. You do not connect the website. Don't connect anything that says anything about that subject matter as far as donation. Once the app is approved, you can turn that stuff back on. So, of course, we didn't know that. Mobile apps, when you're talking about smartphones, when I was a kid, you had, when it came to like VCRs, you had VCRs and you had Betamax. So when you went to, they were two different types of videotape. So there was a store called Blockbuster, and you'd walk in the door, and if you had a VHS or if you had a VCR, you'd walk in and go to the right, and that's where they had all of the videotapes for VCRs. If you had a Betamax, you'd go in the door and you'd turn to the left, and that's where they would have all of those. Well, then eventually you ended up with simply one, the VCR. It made everything a lot easier. Well, in our business, unfortunately, it is technical. So we're dealing with Apple. We're dealing with Android or Google, actually, Google. Okay, and if they make changes, that can have a ripple effect on the platform that we use. So things do happen. We've got a thing right now where something just happened with Facebook, where Facebook decided to make a change, and because they did, for a period of time, certain Facebook integrations with our apps will not work. Has nothing to do with us. It is not a strange thing. It is not a bad thing. It is all part of it. So in this business, learn to roll with the punches. The way I look at it, it's all alien technology anyway, so the fact that any of it works is a miracle. The way I look at it is, if we went back to Stone Man age, I have no idea how we would make a cell phone. I don't know how we'd make a regular phone. We might be able to make a wheel, but that other stuff, I don't know. So, I got off the subject. Where am I? Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. We're going to give them the QR code flyer, or at least we're going to give them QR codes so that they can include that in their current advertising. The next thing says here that we do take credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover. We're going to charge your card every month, and when we do, that's not going to start, though, until your app goes live for Apple. The last thing says that once everything is set up with Apple, we're going to give you the keys to the castle so that you can get in the back office and you can make whatever changes you would like to make. And we're going to teach you how to do that stuff. Again, if you know Microsoft Word, you can do 80% of it. If you know Microsoft Word and Photoshop, you can do 100% of what's in the back office. We are certainly here for support, but by you knowing how to do things, the reality is that, let's talk about putting pictures in the gallery. The exact same physical effort involved in you sending me an email that's got pictures in it, asking me to put the pictures in the gallery for you to do it yourself. It's exactly the same physical motion. 3 clicks, they're in the back office, they're uploaded into the app when you hit the save button. So from that perspective, we're going to train you up and you're going to be good to go. Okay, that is our sales presentation. That is our closing. That is our setting the appointment. That is everything. You should be listening to this presentation multiple times. Take from it, learn from it, steal from it, make it your own, memorize certain parts of it. Let it give you ideas. Take parts of this, take parts of what you're currently doing, put it all together. Gosh, I'm coughing, excuse me. So you can do this. I've done this. I've trained sales reps to go out and do this. They've been successful selling, and this is great. So for the crew, this is just the beginning. This is the type of information that we're going to be able to provide you on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to help you get from 1 app to 100 apps, from 100 apps to 1,000 apps, so on and so forth. We are killing this business. We are so excited about this business. So if you are to then go to our website, www.helpmeselapps.com. That's right, helpmeselapps.com. Let's see, our website is here somewhere. Here's our website, our brand new website. We are literally just working on this website as we speak, but we're not going to worry about getting everything all perfect and beautiful. The most important thing is that the information is here for you to be able to reference so that you can build your business. So we're going to be having weekly conference calls, weekly webinars. We're going to have an extensive video or an extensive library of articles and videos. There's going to be so much information on here for you to be able to get in here and really, really, really build your business. We've got a section on here, a Q&A section, where you can actually go in and ask questions. And when you ask the questions, you fill this out. We're going to get the questions, we're going to answer them, and we're going to fill this area up here so it's got not only your question, but it's got the answer that goes along with it. We're going to have a blog that's going to have all kinds of information right here. We've got an article here, The Evolution of Pricing. This talks all about how we got started and how we sold our first 10 apps and where we priced them. And all of this is going to be full of valuable, tangible articles like that. We're going to have webinars in here. I recently did a couple of webinars with Andrew. The last one we just did is right here. It's a webinar recording called 4 Features Every Small Business Should Include in Their App. It says right here, Ken George joins Business App CEO Andrew Gizdecki for an entertaining webinar that covers 4 features, blah, blah, blah. So you click the button, you're watching that webinar. So we're going to build a library of all of this stuff. So go ahead and take a look at all this information. If you think that this sort of training, this sort of coaching, along with some individual coaching as well, if you think this sort of information can benefit you in building your business, if you think it can benefit you in getting 100 app customers or more, then what you really need to consider doing is joining the crew. You know, it's all about team, and together everyone achieves more. The reality is we've got 3 different things we're selling. Our crew membership is $50 a month. For that $50 a month, again, you're going to have weekly webinars, plural, weekly conference calls. In addition to that, you can also sign up for individual coaching. The individual coaching sessions are $30 to get me for 30 minutes. If you buy 2 of those sessions, you're going to get 1 free. So for $60, we're going to spend 90 minutes together. Now, the way this is actually going to work when we do the coaching And it says it here, I believe. Yes, it does. Do you need one-on-one business training or coaching on a specific big opportunity or simply your day-to-day business? Well, maybe you want a sounding board or some insight into perfecting a marketing plan. Let me help you. Book a 30-minute coaching session where we can examine issues specific to your situation. Now, what we're going to do to make the most out of your investment, prior to our meeting, you're going to fill out a pre-meeting survey which will provide me with information about where you are in your business challenges, your successes, and a thorough business profile. This is going to allow me to understand who you are, so I don't have to use our time to understand who you are. This will allow us to optimize the effectiveness of each minute that we spend together coaching you one-on-one. So this is, again, just another option that we're going to offer you. Again, this website is not perfect. There's a lot of information that's not even in here, but we're going to get this thing filled out throughout the course of the weekend. We're really excited about being able to work with you. I've spoken with so many of you thus far, and honestly, I'm inspired by many of you and your commitment to actually get more out of life and to make this opportunity work. So, we're going to be here to work with you if you want improvement in your business. And if that's the case, then you know what? Go ahead and click the button and join the crew. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end this webinar. This is our very first training when it comes to actually going through the sales presentation, and this is going to be the beginning of building our library of tools to benefit you in selling that very next mobile app. Okay, have a good rest of the day, a good week, and just remember, folks, coffee is for closers, so put that coffee down.